Hi guys, let's go over neck pain. I think this is a crucial and very, very important subject for a couple reasons. Number one, we're seeing more and more teenagers, young adolescents, and even children who have problems in their neck, okay? Number two, how many of us are spending most of our lives looking at our phone, on our laptop, with our head bent in front of our bodies? And number three, the importance of the nerves that come out of the neck are huge. So today's discussion, let's talk about in detail, why is it that we have neck pain? What can we be doing about it? And things you can be doing to make sure your family member don't deal with neck pain in the future. So we need to first look at some of the structures of the neck. So first and foremost, you can see the head is 12, 15 pounds at times. This sucker's a big old bowling ball. And when we look at someone from the side, there's a curve in the neck, right? There's a gentle curve in the neck that helps support the head. You have leverage. You know, imagine if I took a 12, 15 pound bowling ball and I held it right here. Well, I could probably hold it for hours if I had to, but if I were to bring that bowling ball a few inches out in front of me, I might not even be able to hold it for a few seconds. Well, the same is true with your neck. Your head, when you have a good curve and your head is over your shoulders, you can hold your head up all day long. But as your head starts to come in front of the shoulders, it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. These muscles in the back eventually start to fatigue. They start to tighten. And eventually, months to years later, we can develop our first neck pain. So we got to be concerned about the muscles. The muscles have a big part of our neck pain. The second structure we have to think about is we got to think about the bones, right? In our spine, there's 24 bones. So it's a bone, a disc, and a bone. In our neck, our mid-back, our lower back. When these bones are in their proper position, when they're aligned, they will last a long time. And their job is for movement and motion. Their job is for mineral storage. And very importantly, their job is to protect all the nerves that are coming out of our spine. In our neck, there's all these nerves on the right and there's all these nerves on the neck, on the left. The nerves at the base of the neck go down into the arms. They go to your thymus, your thyroid, your parathyroid, your sublingual glands. All these immune function organs are at the center of the neck. And at the top of the neck, this is controlling blood flow into the brain. So headaches, insomnia, vertigo, high blood pressure, migraines, seizures, ADHD, the list goes on and on. We need to make sure that not only the muscles strong enough to keep our head upright and that our head is in the right place, but we need to make sure that we have proper alignment within the bones. Now, the third thing we need to discuss is the discs. The discs are crucial. These shock absorbers are really, really important because they allow us to move, right? And if you have a misalignment, you have a subluxation in your neck, it might be 8 to 12 years later before you start to see the disc getting a little bit smaller. 8 to 12 years. And if you don't do anything about it, that's obviously a bad decision. But if you don't and it continues on, it's another 18 to 22 years later before you start to have disc bulges and disc herniations. So in our clinic, when someone comes in with neck pain, we want to determine, is this mechanical only? Is this just the bones? Are we dealing with muscles as well and ligaments? And is there any disc involvement? Okay, these are the three crucial questions we aim to answer right away. You know, when someone's spending 8, 10, 12 hours a day behind a computer, there's a really good chance that day-to-day posture has having terrible consequences to their neck. You know, they're feeling one side tight. They're feeling maybe both sides tight. They're feeling their head feeling heavier and heavier as the months and years go by. So it makes little to no sense to just continue to take anti-inflammatory drugs like Tylenol, ibuprofen, aspirin, and not correct the root of the problem. Why is our head coming in front of our body? What we do in our clinic, first off, we're going to have a consultation to determine whether or not we can help. We're going to discuss your health history. We're wanting to find out more about, you know, prior injuries, traumas, sports injuries, accidents, anythings. We want to really hear from your perspective, what's this like for you? How long has this been going on? Has it gotten better? Is it the same? Is it worse? what are things to help? What are things that aren't helping? After our consultation and our history, we'll then do specific examinations. And during the examinations, we want to check posture. We want to check weight distribution. Are you leaning one side more than the other? We're going to see how well you're bending and turning, looking up, looking down, turning from side to side, bending from side to side. We want to check neurologically. We want to make sure that the nerves that are coming out of the neck into the arms and the hands are functioning and working like they're supposed to. So chiropractic testing, orthopedic, neurological, postural tests, these will all help us to determine whether or not we can help. And finally, the most important thing we're going to be doing is taking some pictures. When we can have standing digital x-rays from the front as well as from the side, we now have a blueprint. We know exactly what's going on the inside and whether or not this is a chiropractic problem. You know, so often when a patient's starting care, they just want to have the first question, that is, do I even have a chiropractic problem? Well, let's answer that. If it's not a chiropractic problem, we're definitely going to guide you to somebody that can help you, okay? If it is chiropractic and we can help, we'll go over exactly what's wrong. You know, is this a pinched nerve in your neck? Is this a disc injury in your neck? Is it bulging? Is it herniated? Is it muscular, right? How long is this process going to take? If this started last week, maybe it's going to take us a visit or two. If this problem started 30 years ago, this might be months, maybe years to patch, meaning we're not necessarily going to get it back to how it was 30 years ago. You know, we just had a baseball player in 5th grade. He had, what did he say, 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. It sounded to me like a perfect game. Well, he's been checked since birth. He had a neck injury 6 months ago when he changed up his pitching style and started throwing a new pitch, and that trauma to the shoulder eventually started affecting his neck. Well, because he's been a patient here so long, because he's under maintenance care, we were able to remedy that problem in a week. Now, mind you, if he let that continue and continue and continue, you know, 15, 20 years from now, heck, maybe he makes it in the major leagues. Now he's dealing with those disc problems we were talking about. Maybe now it's a bulging or herniated disc. Maybe the nerve is so severely pinched in the arm, you're not able to throw at your full ability. So the length of time you've had the problem is a big determination of how long it will take us to help you, okay? So please, if you know somebody that's suffering and dealing with neck pain, whether it just started last week or this is more chronic in nature and they're month after month, year after year complaining and suffering like that, and the medications aren't working, and we don't want any more steroid shots, or maybe we don't want to have surgery, why don't you like this video, share it with somebody you love, and come on and get checked. At Corrective Spinal Care of California, we've helped thousands of people with debilitating neck pain avoid surgery, avoid future suffering. This could be what you've been waiting for your whole life.